Now I'd like to introduce to you one of the co-chairmen for this evening and also a performer for this evening's benefit, Mr. Sammy Davis. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Is there anything that you would like to know? I think that would probably be the best way. Hello, Rob. Is there any?
How and why did you get involved with the project AIDS?
I became involved with what eventually was this evening. It started about 2 years ago. I did the first public awareness television spots. We had a hard time getting them on the air at that time, 2 years ago. We have recently done some new ones, and the acceptance, thank God, has been wonderful. But I have been involved since then.
2 years ago, when you became involved, was it because you knew of someone who had AIDS or contracted AIDS?
Three of my friends have passed away with it, rather, over a period of time. And at that time, there was total ignorance. No one knew what it was. And then eventually it came out, and then I found out that a couple of other friends, people that I'd worked with, and one in the industry, the other two were not in show business at all, but one was involved in a studio in terms of what these gentlemen are doing, cameraman, and we'd worked together on several films, and I was told. And that made me become aware of it. So when they asked me would I do the awareness spots, I said yes.
What do you hope comes out of tonight's involvement?
I hope, beside the money and all of us being involved, I hope a great deal of dignity comes out of it. Because it's what the victims, the people who are cursed with this dreaded disease deserve. They deserve dignity. And to have their disease presented and the help that whatever we can give, presented with dignity, not like it's the new thing in town. Not like it's a Hollywood la-di-da. It should be presented with dignity. I'm proud to be associated with the show because from what I've seen from this morning at 10 o'clock till now, it has that kind of ring to it. And I think that subsequently, because of us getting involved, that'll get the non-performers and the people on the street involved in it, which we have to have them, both in an awareness capacity and also the financial help, if we can. If we make it too cliquish, then they'll say, well, it's Hollywood and blah, blah, blah. And it isn't Hollywood, as we know. As we know the truth to be, it touches everybody, every community.
Why was it so difficult to get people in the industry involved 2 years ago, and why is it easier to get them involved now?
I think, frankly, to answer the second part of that question first, Rock Hudson, the tragedy of Rock. We all admired him, know him. Secondly, nobody wanted to touch it. It was unpopular. It reminded me very much of civil rights. You could pick all of the people in the beginning when Dr. King first came around. Then after a while, then it was fashionable and it was okay to do. The people who are here this evening, they are very special because it's a cross-section of our industry. And I think they are all to be commended for putting their best theatrical foots forward beside their hearts. That's obvious, that they have put it on the line. And nobody can point a finger at this lineup, you know, and say, if someone doesn't like me, well, then I defy them not to like Carol Burnett, or at least when I say not like, I mean question why they're there. Because I think there are people here who have a great deal of dignity in their lives and have led good lives.
Sam?
Yes.
Peter Scott mentioned earlier that $1 million is a lot, but it's obviously not enough over the long run. Are there any plans at this stage for any long-term, long-range projects, an annual benefit, a video, anything that could continue the amount of money coming in?
Well, I don't know. There's been a lot of things kicked around that I've heard about. And I think I'm probably at the end of the list, but like most of the performers who are here this evening, we all said, hey, whatever we can do to help, just let me know. If it means pouring coffee, a thing at the house, whatever, as well as performing. But I would like to think that this is not, it's a flash in the pan, and it should be one evening, and that's it, it'll go away, you know. No, it is ongoing, and we do have to commit ourselves past this evening. And I sincerely hope that the media does the same thing for us, so that it just doesn't become the popular story, but something that will be ongoing and keep it in the public's eye so that they'll know what's going on.
Sam, being as close to AIDS as you
Well, it's always difficult when you're doing anything. When I do muscular dystrophy, you know, I have to approach it as, first of all, am I there as a performer? And that's what I'm there as. So I'm going to give the best performance that I can give. This evening, to work with Carol and to do something that we have never done publicly. We've done it on television once on a special, but she suggested it. It works. We rehearsed it all afternoon, and the people. So subsequently, we became the performers. Now, as soon as the rehearsal was over and you sit down, the enormity of it hits you, of why we're doing this. But when you're on stage, you're performing, and you want to give the best performance you can. And particularly, I'm pleased because to work with Carol is a positive joy, because she's a pro from the top of her head, tip of her toes, you know. So that's the only way I can answer you.
Sam, you're involved in every facet of the entertainment industry. There have been many rumors, but really no concrete evidence. Have you heard or seen of any discrimination against gay actors?
No, I would not be exposed to it because I don't do that many films. I've heard things, yes, I've read things, but I take that with a little bit of more than a grain of salt. I would have to, before I would give a testimony to it, would have to be around it, to watch it, and to see it happening. And I don't do that many pictures, so I don't really know. I'm not home that often, you know, to even be aware of it.
Well, it doesn't have to necessarily be in the film industry. Have you seen any discrimination since the...
No, in my field of nightclubs and concerts, no. None whatsoever. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for coming this evening. We need your help. I will talk on you later on it.